I have had teams that do not talk during events, during Scrum events. So they are, I don't know, 9, and you always see the same one or two persons talking and driving the conversations. What advice can you give the Scrum Masters that are dealing with this in here in Mexico or anywhere, right? How to make the other teams trust or at least start speaking? What activities do you recommend or techniques?
Yeah, well, first of all, try to get rid of any bias, because you know, everyone probably, when you see someone that is not talking in a group, start thinking about the reason why is not talking. Okay, the reality is that everyone has different ways of communicating. Uh, People may just have, I've seen so many teams and so many different people having different approaches to contributing. Most of the time, people were silent because they were just trusting someone else in the team. So they were saying, whatever he says, that's okay for me, because it
Mhm.
always have been like that. Okay. Um, so having them talk, it really depends on the context and the purpose of having them talk. Okay. Uh, it goes to observation. So if you're observing a team and you're noticing that someone may have something that should be, for example, put under the light of the sun in a retrospective, and actually she or he is not talking about that, then you may spot a problem. So as an advice for Scrum Master is to experiment with different methods of communication, like sticky notes, or I don't know. That's one of the most common, which probably doesn't even put much value in the world of Scrum Master. Or maybe I don't know, but just the fact, for example, of having a sticky note in front of you and a pen, and having the whole room silent, will involve everyone who's actually not used to publicly speak. And by public speaking, I mean also speaking in front of 4 people. For some people, maybe it may sound strange to someone, but actually speaking in front of 4 people, it may sound difficult to someone. So giving them the opportunity to express in a different format, like using a sticky note and writing small notes, helps them. So I personally love liberating structures, because they allow you to build contexts in which you can have psychological safety and different formats to express things as unbiased as possible. Uh, Plus, for example, some people don't like to talk to the facilitator, which is what usually happens with Scrum Masters facilitating, for example, retrospectives or events. Usually, people tend to move towards and shift their sight towards the Scrum Master and talk to him instead of other colleagues. So, taking a liberating structure like 1, 2 for all, and building and facilitating the conversation this way helps basically people to reflect in an unbiased way, and then form couples with people they trust, and start having conversations. So they have kind of warm-ups, and then they can build together. And then at that point, we can have one representative for a group which has heard also others. And at that point, you have kind of helped people who are not able to actually talk to express themselves.